The next example that we're going to take a look at is graphing this equation right here. Y is equal to -1/2 x minus 3 x plus 1. This is in factored form, and I'm just going to list out factored form right here. Y is equal to a and x minus q, x minus r. Okay, that's the factored form that we're going to use, where q and r are zeros. So notice how we're subtracting q, so that always means that we got to switch this around. So that means that q is equal to 3 and r is equal to -1. We're always going to switch our signs there. Okay, so these are our zeros. What that means is that our intercepts are going to be at 3, 0 and at -1, 0. Those are going to be our intercepts, and then our graph is going to go through those somehow. Now a is negative, meaning that it's going to actually go up like this, so our vertex is going to be somewhere here. So those so we have that right there. Now our axis of symmetry makes these have to be this, means that these have to be kind of the same distance from our vertex. So our vertex is actually going to go right in between right here. Okay, and our axis of symmetry is x is equal to 1. To find our vertex, okay, there is a few different ways that we can do this. The one way that is probably, I'm going to call the easiest right now, is to take our value of x and plug it into the equation. So to figure out what is our y value when x equals 1, -1/2, 1 minus 3, and 1 plus 1. Okay, so I'm plugging x equals 1 into the equation to figure out what our y value is, and that's going to be our vertex. Okay, because it's right along our axis of symmetry. This is because these 2 points have to be equal distance from the middle, right here. And I'm not sure if you can hear those noises. I've got some weird noises happening here in my basement. All right, if we calculate this, 1 minus 3 is -2, 1 plus 1 is +2, so this would be, so if we plug it into the calculator, -1/2 times 1 minus 3 times 1 plus 1. And we get y is equal to 2. So this will be the point 1, 2 is our vertex. 1, 2, there's our vertex right there, 1, 2. We have these 3 points. We're now going to draw a nice line through there. Something like that. And you'll notice that this one here is a little bit wider than the previous one, as it is, it's a fraction, it's closer to 0 than the previous one, which was a whole number of 2. All right, so we have all of those points there. We also have a y-intercept right here, which we can label, in fact. Now you'll notice here this y-intercept is not a super nice point. It's between 1 and 2. We'll call it 1.75. Okay. Later on, we're going to use Desmos to find exact numbers for that. But if we don't know exact numbers, we need to estimate and try to come up with as best a number as possible. We have our axis of symmetry in there. Our equation, which we'll write out right here, is y is equal to -1/2 x minus 3. Again, this must be on your graph. You're going to be really pushed on that next year in grade 12. Our domain is x is all real numbers, is a part of all real numbers, and our range is y is less than or equal to 2, as it's from 2 and it's going down.